Hey everybody, welcome back to Creating Scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is more of a public service announcement, so I hope it's better not be long. All right, so I am in, if you've made the migration to Blender 3.1 or above, and you have created models with previous versions, 2.9, 3.0, there is something that you need to be aware of. All right. Here I have McKinley Air in Akron, Ohio. And this was created with Blender 2.9. All right. I have 3.1 up now. But you notice if I click on the brick texture, and I come over here to materials, you'll notice that in the MSFS parameters that the type says disabled. But if I open this up in 2.9, it's going to say standard, and I'll have all the settings for all my textures in there. Okay, now this 2.9, I loaded it in my 3.1, and you notice that you have a button that says Migrate Material Data and type equals disabled. All right, so what you need to do is you basically need to tell Blender 3.1 to convert the 2.9 data over. Okay, so all you need to do is select the object that has that migrate button on it. Not all textures will do that, but click your texture, click the migrate data tool, and your textures will be brought in as they were basically in 2.9. Okay, so it converts its data into its own format. All right, so I noticed that bricks are a little bit darker than they were in 2.9. All right, but if you'll look at the materials, you'll notice that all the settings are back. All right, and I'm going to talk about a lot of these other settings in later videos, okay, because there's a lot more stuff that shows up in this now. Okay, but anyway, don't forget to click a texture and migrate it over to Blender 3.1. I'm going to click this siding here and notice that it also has the migrate button. Now, I don't think the door does. Yeah, the door doesn't because it's just a native Blender color. It's not a texture. But anytime that you have a PBR texture, most likely you're going to have to come over to materials, go down to the parameters, and click the Migrate Material button. Okay? So I need to do that on this model for anything that I have a PBR texture. Now, if you're reusing a texture, all right, for instance, if this wall and maybe something else had the same texture, but they're separate objects, once you convert the texture, it will apply it to all the materials that are using it. It will apply it to the material at the material level and not the object level. So any object that shares that texture will be automatically updated. I hope you understand that. So I don't think the words need to be converted. Yeah, they do actually, because I have an emissive color on it. So I'm going to click migrate those over. And does my Philips Air sign need it? Probably, I don't know. Yep, let's go ahead and migrate that over to 3.1. All right. And let's see, I have a stack of cones. Let's see if I need to do those. Those are native colors, so I think those are all right. Yep. And decals on my fuel tanks. I don't know. I don't know if those do or not. Come down here. But just look for that migrate your textures, migrate your stuff over. All right, so I hope this helps, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great weekend. This will probably be my last video for the week. But have a great weekend, and I will see you next week as we get into more stuff. We'll see you later.